Hi everyone, it's Marie. I'm here today to show you how I'm using the Northern Lights Documenter Kit to make 3 pages in my Traveler's Notebook all at the same time. So the first thing I did was to print all of my photos out on one sheet of paper. That way I only have to use one sheet of photo paper, which can get kind of expensive, and I have everything kind of prepared for all 3 pages at the same time. And I'm making 3 styles of pages. One, I'm using a film strip style of photos. Another, I'm using a full page photo, which is what I'm cutting out here. And on the last page, I'm cutting out these photos to almost like Instax style with a little bit of writing at the bottom and a white edge around the photos. December always seems to be a pretty busy month scrapbooking wise and just getting ready for the holidays. And so I decided to try to do all 3 pages at one time because I know come January I'm not going to want to go back and start scrapbooking Christmas pictures again. So I just thought I would try to get them all done now and give it a whirl and use up my Northern Lights kit at the same time. So now that I have my photos cut out, I'm going to adhere them onto my pages. I tend to have a lot of extra pictures during the month of December, and even though I do a December daily and a project life, it's just one of those times of years where I take a lot of different pictures. And so a traveler's notebook is a perfect way to kind of use some of those up and not lose them forever. So as I'm adhering these photos into my notebook, I like to leave an extra page in between each photo. And I do that because sometimes when I'm working with ink or stickers, they can kind of show through the pages of a traveler's notebook or sometimes a little bit thin. And so by using an extra page in between them, it doesn't show through as much. And then I'll just adhere the 2 extra pages together back to back so you can never tell while you're flipping through it. So as you can see, I like to add journaling cards as backing to my photos, to my smaller photos. And I do that because it adds a little bit of color and a kind of a frame around the photos, and it's a really easy way to add some structure to your pages and almost lay out a grid pattern for you to work with to get your pages complete. I'm going to do the same thing as well on my 3rd page, and in that case I'm going to use some of the 3x4 journaling cards since those are a little bit smaller. The photos are smaller, and so they'll fit onto those cards. And then I'm going to try to fit 4 cards on the page, just moving them around a little bit and trying to get everything to fit. So just by adding in the journaling cards on top of my photos, I now have 3 separate layouts to work with: the full-size photo, the grid-shaped photo, and the 2 smaller photos. And I'm just going to quickly go through and tape together the pages in between these so that when you're actually flipping through the album, you don't see the blank pages in between the layouts. Next, I'm going to go back through my journaling cards and pick some extra ones to put on the opposite side of my photos. And this is going to give me a spot to add some embellishments or journaling and just to add a little bit more texture and layering to my pages. Since I'm working on 3 pages at once and I'm sharing one documenter kit among all 3 pages, I'm just going to kind of flip back and forth, starting with the chipboard stickers and adding them on each page as I think they work. I'm taking the Winter Wonderland sticker and putting it there. And here I'm putting kind of a long banner sticker along the edge because it fits well there. And I'm just going to use these chipboard stickers on each page, and then I'm going to go back through and work with some of the other embellishments in the same way. Once I was done using up all of the chipboard shapes that I was going to use, I went back through and decided to add in some stamping. I took the stamp set that came with the kit and I stamped the mittens on the first page, and then I took out the stamp that said the details and went to stamp it on the 2nd page. However, I completely messed up and stamped twice and tried to cover my mistake with the stamping, and it just wasn't working. So I just took an entirely new journaling card and stamped on that first, which is what I should have done in the first place, and then placed it in my album to try to cover up my mistake. One nice thing about working in a traveler's notebook is if you make mistakes, you can always just cover them up with an extra journaling card or a sticker or some writing or something. So it's a pretty casual, easygoing way of making pages where I don't worry quite so much when I screw up. So I'll just stick this card right over the other one and nobody will ever know the difference. Now I'll just finish up by flipping back and forth through the pages and adding in the leftover stickers and embellishments that I haven't used already from the kit. I will add in the banner stickers and share those between the different pages, and the wooden stars and the letter stickers, and just kind of go back and forth page to page, adding in where I can and embellishing where I can until the whole notebook comes together. Working on 3 pages at once ended up actually being a lot easier than I thought it would be. I got all of these pages done really quickly by printing out my photos all at once, and then just by flipping back and forth from page to page and using the embellishments that went with each theme. I was able to complete this entire album really quickly, probably within 20 minutes or so. I hope you're getting a lot of use out of your Northern Lights kits as much as I did here. And thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day.